I'm off to run some errands. Please tidy up this place. No! Wow! How did you guys do it?
We got cleaners.
Cleaners?
You know it, Dad.
Cleaner, it works.
Coming up next on Plus TV, Plus News. Join our news team for half hour of local and national news. Plus News, informative, balanced, accurate, and current.
February is all about Honda. Get special pricing and discounts on all Honda products. Enjoy up to 25% off select Honda products and 20% off Honda parts. Don't forget your B-Bucks whenever you make a purchase. There will also be a bike rally throughout the streets of Blue Creek and Belize City on February 7th and 14th respectively. All participants will get a free oil change. Check out our Facebook page for more details. Love Your Honda is all about deals and discounts on Honda products throughout the month of February, only at Benquit Equipment Parts Service.
Independent senators host press conference rejecting BTL Speednet deal, and we take you inside the newly renovated National Assembly building. These stories and more are coming up next on Plus News. Stay tuned.
This newscast is brought to you through the courtesy of Builders Hardware, your home improvement warehouse.
Every project starts with the right tools. At Builders Hardware, we got everything to get the job moving. Tools, paint, plumbing, electrical, garden, it's all here from construction start to finish. We're also offering a different kind of power tool. Order anytime, anywhere. Pick up in store or get it delivered to your home. Go to shopbuildersbz.com today and save money with our exclusive online deals. Builders Hardware, making it easier. Every project starts with the right tools. At Builders Hardware, we got everything to get the job moving. Tools, paint, plumbing, electrical, garden, it's all here from construction start to finish. We're also offering a different kind of power tool. Order anytime, anywhere. Pick up in store or get it delivered to your home. Go to shopbuildersbz.com today and save money with our exclusive online deals. Builders Hardware, making it easier. Every project starts with the right tools. At Builders Hardware, we got everything to get the job moving. Tools, paint, plumbing, electrical, garden, it's all here from construction start to finish. We're also offering a different kind of power tool. Order anytime, anywhere. Pick up in store or get it delivered to your home. Go to shopbuildersbz.com today and save money with our exclusive online deals. Builders Hardware, making it easier.
Good night and welcome to Plus News for Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026. I am Julian Cruz. We begin our evening newscast with the murder of La Democracia Village resident Paul Smith Jr. While details are still scarce at this moment, as no official report has been produced by the police department, it is reported that Smith was gunned down while on his way home. It should be of note that in November 2024, Smith walked away a free man from the murder of 19-year-old Tyreek August in La Democracia. The case was dismissed with a nolle prosequi. This killing brings the total number of murders recorded in 2026 to 9. Today, the 4 independent senators held a press conference in Belize City where they further clarified their stance as it relates to the ongoing BTL SpeedNet negotiations. For the past few weeks, we have been reporting on the public outcry regarding the proposed deal. Numerous social partners and NGOs have come forward voicing their disagreement with the proposed acquisition, but despite those concerns, negotiations are still ongoing. According to the 4 independent senators, Kevin Herrera, Janelle Chanona, Glenfield Dennison, and Louis Wade, they are not in support of the move and call it a step backward.
This is a very important matter for the nation of Belize. Important matter for the nation of Belize.
Apologies for that technical difficulty. We'll sort it out in a few. Late yesterday evening, the Public Utilities Commission, the PUC, issued a press release advising the public that they have conducted a comprehensive review of market conditions in the telecommunications sector. The release says that the PUC, and we quote, has prepared an initial determination outlining the preliminary findings on whether any licensee may hold a position of market dominance. This assessment is evidence-based and forward-looking and is intended to safeguard consumers and other users of telecommunications services by identifying where competitive limitations may be scarce to prevent risks such as excessive pricing, reduced service quality, limited choices, and unfair treatment, end quote. The PUC in the release went on to state that they also reviewed regional and international regulatory approaches to guide localized assessment under Belize's legislative framework. During their press conference today, Senator for the NTUCB, Glenfield Dennison, stated that the PUC's release was a complete waste of time and that they are misconstruing what their roles should be in the process.
The PUC's call for consultation is crafted to project transparency and legitimacy around its dominance assessment. Even though Section 42(3) of the Telecoms Act already prescribes an evidence-based test that must be applied by the Commission itself, by inviting comments, the regulator seeks to position itself as participatory and aligned with international best practices, while in reality, buffering against accusations of bias, arbitrariness, and political capture, especially in light of the Prime Minister's recent admission that Cabinet advanced a paper and statutory instrument to declare BTL dominant. Such a designation would trigger PUC's authority under Section 62 to regulate BTL's pricing, allowing them to appear consumer-oriented, even as they facilitate to eliminate competition. This maneuver, dressed up as consultation, makes a process that is legally required under Section 16 and 19 of the Act, and ultimately serves to grant the beneficiaries of this most dubious acquisition the lucrative payday they hastily desire. Stop play, man. Stop play. I think in the play, I think they missed that this discussion ought not to have been happening about whether or not BTL will buy smart and then invite the PUC. PUC ought to have been at the front of this.
Right.
They not to ratify a decision for one dominant actor to buy out somebody with less market share. They were to lead that conversation after they determined whether or not that's in the best interest of the industry, not after. So now, I don't even think 42 permits them to come to the public. There are other sections in the law for which they are required to do gazette notices and wait for a period of public comments and so. 42 is not one of them. I don't know how they get that. So I just see it as a PR stunt. That are my 2 cents for that, Marisol.
This is a very important matter for the nation of Belize.
Following Senator Dennison's comments calling the PUC's press release a PR stunt, the PUC met with the media to explain that the market dominance assessment is separate from the proposed acquisition. According to the PUC, the application that is currently before them is for BTL's acquisition of SpeedNet's shares and not its license. The PUC also explained that since 3 companies dropped out of the agreement, they are awaiting an updated application from BTL.
It is a live, it's a live case that's in front of the PUC, and as you may be aware that the PUC and the decisions that we make are quasi-judicial, and we do not, or we are unable to comment until a final decision has been made on whatever has been submitted in front of us for review. Now, what that process is, the first thing that needs to occur is the PUC receives documentation of whatever is the intent or whatever that agreement is. Once we have received that information, then the PUC would then follow through with reviewing that document, and whatever the Telecommunications Act prescribed for us to do, then we would continue that process. And so if it is prescribed that we are to go to a public consultation, then we would follow what the regulations say, right? So what we can speak on right now is that we had received that document, and that document, there's been a lot of changes from that initial document, and so we need to just receive whatever is that final submission from the party that is interested for the proposed acquisition.
So BTL cannot sign an agreement to buy out the shares of SpeedNet without the PUC first approving that.
The PUC's approval is required.
But they can make a board decision to say, okay, yes, that's the direction we're gonna go. And they won't be in violation of the act.
Well, I can't speak to the actions of the board, BTL's board, only as to the remit of the PUC.
To answer your question, if this public consultation on the assessment of the telecom sector's market dominance assessment, what this public consultation does not do, it does not approve, reject, or put any penalties. It doesn't approve, reject any mergers, any acquisitions, or any transactions, any at all. This public consultation is clear on not doing those things. What it does is it allowed us to look at the market, and this public consultation document and review has been in place way before the realization of a proposed acquisition. And so what it does is we need to put things in place. We need to continue, as Ms. Stacy said, and identify the markets and the changes in the markets. And this is a legal tool, this is a legal structure that we can use for it.
So this is not an exercise, for the avoidance of doubt, this is not an exercise that springs out of the application you all received on January 8th, or the notice you received on January 8th. This is a independent, coincidental, really, exercise that started some months ago.
It is an independent exercise that started months ago, yes.
And while the independent senators are rejecting the BTL Smart merger, the Northern Caucus of People's United Party says that they are in full support of the acquisition after receiving a detailed presentation from the management team of BTL. Yesterday, following the joint sitting of the House of Representatives, Honorable Julius Espat expressed disappointment in the Northern Caucus's release, stating that it was agreed upon in cabinet that there would be no political interference.
I was surprised of that release that came out. I saw it this morning. Why? Because in cabinet it was decided that there would be no political interference. So I am not in agreement with that. And if the Western Caucus decide it will be with Kyle South, not there. Because we made an agreement that the political interference would not be a part of the decision making, and that I am totally disappointed with.
Do you think it compromises the ongoing deliberation, the independence of it?
Well, that's the reason why cabinet decided to stay away from it. And so, yes, it does.
What do you think of the entire consultation process that has happened, and the fact that, BTL is still trying to have a provisional vote, or had been trying to have a provisional vote without finishing consulting, and the Social Security Board haven't consulted with each other as yet?
I was wishing and hoping that you wouldn't be asking me these questions, but
You're the best person to ask it.
Consultation is never enough. And I think there's a misconception that you have these privately, publicly owned companies and they believe that they don't have to consult with the Belizean people. That I have a serious problem with. And you either own it or you don't own it. And we own it. So if we own it, then you have to come to us to ask our opinion. And that's why Cabinet was reluctant in making a position, because it was waiting for all the consultations to happen, including with the media. The media is extremely important in this. The concern that the media has, if you have a monopoly and it can affect them in the future, is something that has to be addressed. And it has to be put in place before an agreement is done. It's just my point of view. And that we need competition, well, from the day I was born, that is what I believe in having competition. And the reason that you have two telecom companies is because the concept of competition was there from the beginning. So I have listened to what BTL has had to say, and as a company, any company wants a monopoly. Channel 7 would want it, Channel 5 would want it, PlusTV would want it. Everybody in the business community would love a monopoly, but that doesn't mean that it is in the best interest of the consumers, and that is where I believe we have to be looking at and considering.
Espat was also asked about BTL's presentation to Cabinet and the need for more public consultations regarding the proposed deal.
You were present for the Cabinet meeting on BTL. You didn't request that the Prime Minister step aside due to conflict of interest.
He proposed, and Cabinet decided that it wasn't necessary.
Why?
That was a Cabinet decision. Yes, I understand. I understand everybody's point of view, but the Prime Minister, in all due respect, said that if we would want, he would recuse himself.
So,
and the majority of Cabinet decided that it wasn't necessary.
do you believe that, seeing all the backlash and the opposition to this acquisition, that Cabinet would tell the Prime Minister, and by that I mean all the other members of Cabinet, you know what, this is political suicide, let's not go through with it?
You should be in Cabinet one of these days, and then I would ask you. It's a difficult position to be put in, and it's not easy for anybody. And we have a Cabinet that we share with the Prime Minister, quite frankly, and those are Cabinet discussions and decisions under under our laws that we should not be speaking publicly out here about what we say inside Cabinet. But there is opposition to the concept, and BTL feels strongly that it is a good thing. So I think more consultation is required so that people are convinced either way. But just like this beautiful building that we see here, the design of it, not in its infrastructure, but the concept is to ventilate issues so that people can be aware. I think that's important. If you have a concern, then let's have more consultation. Let's sit with the people and convince them. When you get a presentation like the one we got, it's very positive. You look at all the positive aspects of it, But then you walk outside and you hear the noise, and I said, but why are people clamoring if the concept is so good? Well, let's look at the other side. Let's listen to the other side, and that way people can be convinced. And politically, either way, we could come out of this in a positive way, or we could come out of this in a negative way. It is how you convince people. A politician wins by how does a politician win? By putting in the work and convincing people that his leadership and his ideas are positive, and therefore people will gain traction with that concept and come with you. But if the politician does not do that, then the opposite happens. And so we face that possibility.
The National Assembly receives an 5.8 million makeover. We'll show you the results of it right after this break.
Every project starts with the right tools. At Builders Hardware, we got everything to get the job moving. Tools, paint, plumbing, electrical, garden, it's all here from construction start to finish. We're also offering a different kind of power tool. Order anytime, anywhere. Pick up in store or get it delivered to your home. Go to shopbuildersbz.com today and save money with our exclusive online deals. Builders Hardware, making it easier.
So this is how much I work to you then?
So what, you may want 3 then?
Sure. You ought to order.
Sure. And I may think flowers may romantic. Did you just get your girl 1 flower? Now you're in trouble? A poor man out there, man. That's sin.
Your girl doesn't just want 1 flower. She wants a garden.
But builders are too far.
That's why we brought the store to you.
At shopbuildersbz.com, we make it easier to find all your building needs. Shop anytime, enjoy delivery right at your door, and save with every purchase. For February only, first-time users get to enjoy a special reward when signing up.
Ken!
Ota!
Hey, you do all of this?
Yes, with Builders Hardware.
Every connection we make is more than just a signal. It's a student unlocking a future through digital education. A young mind daring to dream bigger. Our culture shared with the world in real time. And everyday heroes answering the call of civic duty. When we connect with Digi, we empower beliefs.
For decades, BEL has powered Belize's growth and progress, lighting homes, energizing industries, and fueling national development. But in a world reshaped by extreme weather patterns, digital transformation, and evolving customer needs, the future of energy demands a new approach. The future of energy is now, and it's not just about new technology, it's about people and how we use, manage, and store power smarter. BEL is leading the transformation, blending modern advancements with the wisdom of sustainable energy practices. Integrating technologies will redefine how Belize produces and uses energy. With distributed generation and smart grid technologies, customers are becoming power partners. Energy is no longer a one-way street. BEL is making key investments that will reinforce the grid to make this a reality, ensuring energy security for generations. At BEL, we are more than an energy provider. We work to safeguard Belize's energy future, which will have demand response programs, where customers will be able to shift use during peak hours to take advantage of the new time of use or off-peak rate structures, customer energy portals, real-time insights and tools to track usage and manage energy smarter, smart metering, advanced metering infrastructure, faster, safer service, and actionable energy insights. Distributed generation, integrating rooftop solar, microgrids, and battery storage for two-way power flows into the national grid. Together, we are bringing you a brighter tomorrow.
Emotions I'm feeling at the moment are very hard to explain. I am happy, want to cry, but something I can say that smiles now. So I'm very, very happy, and I'm grateful to the government, MIDH, for this opportunity. So thank you so much.
It's going to be something that changes dramatically Michelle's life and those of her children, and I'm very happy that as a government we were able to provide this big step. Having a secure roof over your head gives you stability, gives children and parents a chance to focus on other things like education and health.
My daughter, she's very happy. She's finally going to be able to say, this is my house as well. And my kids are happy, so I'm glad I have something for them. I believe it's a good project for people that can't afford a house, so I believe they should continue for people and give them the opportunities like they're giving me as well.
Festival come to this very nation.
In Isaiah 30:29 it says, and you will sing as on the night you celebrate a holy festival, and your heart will rejoice. The body of Christ will unite, and many hearts will rejoice on the Saturday, March 7, 2026 at the Belize Civic Center, beginning at 6 p.m. as a Heavenly's Productions brings to you Jesus Festival.
Jesus Festival. Yeah, Jesus.
Featuring the hottest gospel artist coming out of the Bahamas, Sherwin Gardner.
So I say, with all of my heart and all of my soul, I worship you, O Jah. Tell them that the praise will never stop. All I want to do is give you the highest praise.
Also showcasing one of the biggest gospel artists from out of Trinidad and Tobago, Positive, dropping his hit tunes.
Rolling in my two-man army, my Jesus and I wanna sing out some sweet gospel reggae. Listen after blessing and nothing can hold it back.
And then it's the return of the biggest gospel band in Belize, Heavenly.
I'm gonna be heavenly's for life, serving Jesus Christ.
From Atlanta, Georgia, USA, the daughter of the world-famous televangelist Creflo Dollar, none other than Jordan Dollar, with her hit song. Also highlighting Genesis 501 from Capital City, Petapon. Blind Sight, Genesis Gospel Band from Sugar City, Orange Walk. Reality Youth, Pastor Herman Blees and the Kings Park Prince team, Pastor Frederick Gordon and Garin Carballo and his GCO group. Remember Jesus Festival.
Jesus Festival. Yeah, Jesus. Rocking on the world. I said,
taking place Saturday, March 7, Belize Civic Center from 6 p.m. until. Bring out the entire family for a time of praising God and witnessing souls being saved and lives being recommitted to God. For tickets, call 615-4766. That's 615-4766. Sponsors: Angela's Press, Racina's Imports, Cellular World, Love FM, More FM, Quem Radio, Vibes Radio, PlusTV, Channel 7, Channel 5, and Wave Radio. Come on out and be blessed.
Jesus Festival. Yeah, Jesus.
Come the banquet, find your way. Engines roar,
the break of day. Volvo outboard surf the waves. Castrol oil is what they crave. Live with power, feel the sound. Heavy machines shake the ground. Riding Honda, feeling proud. Rev it up and shout aloud. Feel the wind against your skins. Now so wide, let's begin. At Banquet, where dreams ignite. Gear up and let's take flight. Kohler's power runs our towns. JCB lifts heavy pounds. Find the tools to build your dreams. Banquet's got the best machines. Grip the wheel and never slip. Feel the rush, it's time to trip. Every brand you know and love. Banquet fits you like a glove. Feel the wind against your skins. Now so wide, let's begin. At Banquet, where dreams ignite. Gear up and let's take flight.
Banquet, equipment, parts, service. We represent quality.
Stated earlier, the 4 independent senators held a press conference in Belize City today where they further clarified their stance as it relates to the ongoing BTL SpeedNet negotiations. For the past few weeks, we have been reporting on the public outcry regarding the proposed deal, and numerous social partners and NGOs have come forward, voicing their disagreement with the proposed acquisition. Despite these concerns, however, negotiations are still ongoing. According to the 4 independent senators, Kevin Herrera, Janelle Chanona, Glenfield Dennison, and Louis Wade, they are in support of the move and call it a step backwards.
This is a very important matter for the nation of Belize. I believe that the architect or the person who is leading this initiative, he was once a senator, and most of the senators that I know that have sat in the past in these seats that we now hold for a brief period of time, we still call them senators. We still refer to them as senators, especially in the independent seats that they sit, because so much is required and expected. And so we must speak, because the person who in my belief is the architect or the pushing this deal that Belizeans are vocally rejecting and actively rejecting, once sat as an independent senator. And it is my personal belief that if he had the information that we have, and if he sat where we sit today, I believe that he would be with us rejecting this deal. That is the chairman of the board that I know, that I have known.
I don't believe that this country should go back to a monopoly in this manner. I think that for 20-25 years, like what my colleague said, it has been policy, and that policy has been well documented and enshrined in the Belize Telecommunications Act. And that entire act was built on a liberalized telecoms market. And so, to me, it seems like a massive misfit, if you, so to speak, in terms of having players in the market decide that they will unilaterally take us back to a monopoly, when the entire act, the entire policy of the country has been based on liberalization. And so, in my view, I think that there's a tremendous difficulty that BTL or anyone, including the Public Utilities Commission, will have in taking us through, given how the Telecommunications Act is structured.
We continue to advocate for meaningful consultation. We believe this issue, this discussion, this national conversation is a prime case study for use of a transparent mechanism so that we can be accountable to the people and say this is where the public stands on this, and therefore this is the decision being made. that consultation must be meaningful. We have certainly been aware of various press releases from various entities having had the benefit of our presentation. We certainly have shared our individual questions on this, and there has been no response via the public domain or directly to us. And I think it is important for us as citizens to embrace our role in this, given the implications or the potential implications. And I don't know about you, but when toothpaste come out of the tube and it's too much, you can't put it back in. So precautionary approach and making sure that we're going into this decision and decisions of this nature, national decisions, informed and confident, and making sure that we are putting forward the best interests of the nation.
The people at BTL's leadership are very clear. This is about profit. This is about profit. Now, monopolies are very profitable. That's clear, right? But so are dictatorships. The drug empire is very profitable. So we have to be very careful that profit is not what is driving these initiatives. It ought to be people focused. Technology is upon us, and technology is doubling every 15 to 18 months. So I join with Senator Herrera that if people in leadership of BTL were minded to acquire old technology, then I don't trust their mental faculties are in order. And I will go as far as to ask whether it is a defect of the mind in the leadership of BTL.
An American national accused of firing at police during a domestic dispute in Lord's Bank has been remanded to the Belize Central Prison pending a psychiatric evaluation. 28-year-old Darnay Aegis Omar Garcia was arraigned Tuesday in court number 1 on multiple charges linked to a weekend incident involving his ex-girlfriend, Janisha Gentle. Garcia told the chief magistrate he did not understand the charges and disclosed a prior diagnosis of a psychotic condition, adding that he stopped taking prescribed medication after arriving in Belize in July of 2025. No plea was taken and he was arraigned until May 16, 2026, pending a court-ordered evaluation. His twin brother, Kafili Garcia, said the family is prepared to fund a private assessment. Garcia faces charges including harm, damage to government property, multiple firearm and ammunition offenses, and 3 counts of attempted murder for allegedly firing at 2 police officers and Gentle. Police say that their government-issued pickup was struck by gunfire as the officers were leaving the scene with the complainant. Firearms, ammunition, and suspected cannabis were later recovered. Garcia is also wanted in connection with a firearms trafficking case in Corozal and remains on bail for a separate common assault charge involving the same complainant. The newly renovated National Assembly building is officially open after 15 months of extensive work to bring the building into the 21st century. The building was inaugurated in the 70s, and since then, not much work went into enhancing its form or function. A $1.5 million grant was given by the Republic of China, Taiwan, for the upgrading of the building. But after conducting a walkthrough of the structure, the government of Belize decided to foot the remaining $4.2 million to completely change the interior of the building. Today, members of the media got a first-hand look at the changes to a newly renovated National Assembly building. According to the chief engineer at the Ministry of Infrastructure, Development and Housing, Evandale Moody, the total cost of the project was $5.8 million, monies which he says were well spent.
We basically gutted out the entire structure interior, and we started from the ground up. That included the installation of new plumbing structure for the entire building, the installation of new electrical features, the installation of an elevator now, so that we could meet the Disability Act requirements, and also the new building code that will become effective very soon. We had to ensure that the roof structure itself was rehabilitated because we had issues with the roof itself. In terms of the interior of the building, we did not have sufficient space based on how it was originally formulated, and so we had to go back to the drawing board on many occasions to ensure that everything that is required by the Senate and also by the House is inclusive within the structure. We were able to reconstruct the entire chamber of the National Assembly. We had a number of member rooms and also committee rooms that were installed as well. The facility basically provides access to the public in terms of the galleries that were reconstructed, and we have also provided safe space and also bathrooms and other facilities for the public itself. So the transformation that we have done at the National Assembly, to my knowledge, is amazing with what we had before, and the 5.8 million that we have utilized for the construction of this building is really within the building costs presently in Belize. I think that would work out to maybe around $300 per square foot. But if you look at the features that has been included in this structure, I believe anyone would be amazed that we were able to accomplish this within $5.8 million.
The structure now boasts enhanced security features, upgrades to the technological readiness, modernized parliamentary chambers, expanded office and workspaces. It also showcases improved public and visitor areas and better accessibility for persons with disabilities. The Speaker of the House and the President of the Senate both shared their thoughts on the new space.
We're in 2026, and what we were working with, Madam President can concur for the same with her experience in her chamber, was a lot of archaic equipment. Workflow was not optimal, space was not optimal. I use the restroom facilities as an example, not because I'm a woman, but just as a human being. They simply were not optimal. One of the things that has not happened in Belize for decades have been an investment in our legislature. Sometimes we tend to forget that government is made up of 3 branches of government, and everything starts with the legislature because that is where we make laws. The executive execute and the judiciary interpret. And we have seen significant investment in the executive branch of government in terms of infrastructure and so on. We have seen significant investment in the judiciary over the years, but we have not seen that in the legislature. So I think it's very important for us to appreciate that this really is a new era in terms of investing in an institution that really is the heart of our democracy.
The first House of Representatives meeting is scheduled for this coming Friday, February 6, where members of the public are invited to attend to experience the new features of the building. And while $5.8 million were spent upgrading the National Assembly building in Belmopan, only $1.5 million were allocated for the upgrading of the sugar roads up north, a figure which, according to the Minister of Infrastructure Development and Housing, Julius Espat, is far from enough.
There's not enough budget for the sugar roads. We know that. We have a very limited budget, and we go in when it's necessary. We're in there right now working as best as we can. We need to be able to get a little bit more budget to deal with the sugar roads. We have about $1.5 million to deal with all the sugar roads on a yearly basis, which is absolutely nothing. And we have been lobbying with the Ministry of Finance to increase that. Hopefully they listen and they put in a little bit more for that.
Tomorrow, on the 4th of February 2026, the United Democratic Party will be protesting in front of the SSB's headquarters in Belize City. The UDP is calling on all citizens of Belize to join them at 10 o'clock as they make their voices heard regarding BTL's proposed acquisition of SpeedNet.
Question, there is a permit for Wednesday. We are calling on all Belizeans to join us on Wednesday at 10 o'clock as we meet outside the Social Security Board The board is meeting at 11, we understand. And of course, we look forward to having the support and inclusion of our union partners and all members of civil society.
Bullet Tree Falls welcomes newly renovated or restored community center. More on that right after this break.
So this is how much I work to you then?
So you may want 3 then?
Sure. You ought to order.
Sure. And I may think flowers may romantic. Did you just get your girl 1 flower? Now you're in trouble. A poor man out there, man, that's sin.
Your girl doesn't just want 1 flower, she wants a garden.
But builders are too far.
That's why we brought the store to you.
At shopbuildersbz.com, we make it easier to find all your building needs. Shop anytime, enjoy delivery right at your door, and save with every purchase. For February only, first-time users get to enjoy a special reward when signing up.
Ken!
Oh, yeah.
Like you do all of this?
Yes, with Builders Hardware.
Alright, on the one fun day on, the window open and the light may turn off. It look like you listen to me, Jamie.
Not only that, I even get a new coffee mug where keep my coffee hot all day.
I'm impressed. You don't look like you're so hard here.
Better than that, BL can change my meter to one of their new smart meter, they call it the AMI.
Oh, I hear about it on TV from a BL ad, you know.
Yes, man, it don't reach the money better to change it right now. Let's go check it out.
Hey guys, I'm almost done here.
So that when you reach my area,
we're upgrading meters across Belize. House by house, business by business. Always look out for BL logo, uniforms, and IDs. BL will make you know when we're in the area. The EMI meter rollout is a part of BL strategy to modernize our energy services.
You don't need to come in at my house, right?
Come in at your house, boss, only if you got something good for you.
BEL, bringing you a brighter tomorrow.
Our Belize City is growing because of continued investment. From rehabilitated streets to expanding neighborhoods, significant investments are improving how our city functions and how our communities live. In the last 2 years alone, more than 250 streets have been rehabilitated, representing almost $34 million invested directly in physical infrastructure that improves access and quality of life. At the same time, the city continues to expand. Developments such as the Holy Emmanuel area, also known as Gungalung, reflect increased demand for land and housing as Belize City expands in a more sustainable and resilient way. These planned developments support safer communities and long-term sustainability, contributing to rising property values across the city. Under the Town's Property Evaluation Act, property values are required to be reviewed every 5 years. The last valuation adjustment was done in 2013. This adjustment simply brings property values closer to today's market reality, while the tax rate itself remains unchanged. Let's break it down. For a vacant property valued at $25,000, we charged an annual 2% rate, which works out to a payment of $500. Under the new assessment, the property value has appreciated by 40%, making the property now worth $35,000. Therefore, the new amount to be paid will be 2% of $35,000, which works out to $700. For an occupied property valued at $25,000, we charged an annual 10% rate, which works out to $2,500. Under the new assessment, the property's value has appreciated by 18%, making the property now worth $29,500. Therefore, the new amount to be paid will be 10% of $29,500, which works out to $2,950. To support property owners, your Belize City Council is encouraging residents to take advantage of the ongoing property tax prepayment incentives. property owners receive 15% off in January, 10% off in February, and 5% in March. And senior citizens receive a 35% discount year-round. Remember, this adjustment represents an appreciation in your property's worth, not a change in tax rates, ensuring continued investment in your city while providing valuable data for informing investors, municipal bondholders, and individual credit assessments. And we want residents to know the law provides a clear mechanism for review and appeal if needed. Those who believe their valuation does not fairly reflect their property have the right to engage the Belize City Valuation Appeals Board. Your Belize City Council remains committed to openness, accountability, and ensuring that growth is managed fairly for everyone. Your Belize City Council, always about the people.
Finally, a postpaid plan for 3 people. Introducing Smart Trio. Why pay for mobile service alone when you can share and save? Get unlimited national calls, text, plus 100 gigabytes of shared data. And the best part? It's only $135. That's right, as low as $45 per person. Perfect for small families, couples, or close friends. Smart Trio, 3 lines, 1 smart choice. Sign up now and you could win a Trio getaway to San Pedro for 3. Visit us at www.smart-bz.com for more information or sign up at any showroom today. Smart, bringing people together.
Drop it like it's hot.
February is all about Honda. Get special pricing and discounts on all Honda products. Enjoy up to 25% off select Honda products and 20% off Honda parts. Don't forget your B-Bucks whenever you make a purchase. There will also be a bike rally throughout the streets of Blue Creek and Belize City on February 7th and 14th respectively. All participants will get a free oil change. Check out our Facebook page for more details. Love Your Honda is all about deals and discounts on Honda products throughout the month of February, only at Banquet Equipment Parts Service.
Bully Falls Village welcomed the rehabilitation of its community center, offering a renewed space for residents. The project was made possible through a collaboration between the Belize Tourism Board, guided by the Minister of Tourism, Youth Sports and Diaspora Relations, Honorable Anthony Mahler, and the Ministry of Public Utilities, Energy and Logistics. The renovation, which began in April of last year, saw the facility transform with new bathroom fixtures, upgraded windows and doors, electrical wiring, new roofing, and freshly painted walls, both inside and out. The center, completed in December 2025, now stands as a hub for community gatherings, activities, and tourism opportunities for the village, while also providing a shelter during the hurricane season. At the opening ceremony for the center was Tai Wu, the chairman of Bully Falls, who expressed his gratitude for the renovation of the center and the opportunities it provides for the community.
Community center is our dream for since 2016. Me and Michelle Shabbat start from in the politics. We want to have a community center like that. But we know we have a community center is before, but that is not in a good condition. That's right, Michelle Shabbat start to work on it until today, finally, we got it, make this dream come true. And this dream come true is other villager from Bullet Tree, than not only from me and from Michelle Shabbat. And thank you, Honorable Michelle Shabbat, bring this dream come true to the village. And thank you, Honorable Anthony Marlow, help Bullet Tree a lot, give a nice facility for the community.
Delivering the keynote address, Honorable Anthony Mahler emphasized the importance of strengthening community infrastructure and the benefits of the new center will bring.
Far too often, whatever government is in place, running the country, we forget the small things. We forget the community centers. We forget a street. We look at big multi-million-dollar projects. And when you forget these things, in short, you are forgetting our people. And I'm often criticized for projects like this. I just opened a welcome center in Punta Gorda Town on Monday. But they're going to say, why is tourism investing in a community center? And I often say, I'm not investing in a community center. I'm investing in the community. I'm investing in our people. So many activities that have happened here over the years, over the last 50 years or so, to make this community vibrant. And this is a very big, strong community. Bullet Tree. Many years ago, I came here for the first time, like over 30 years ago, to look at El Pilar. And I still have hope for El Pilar. We have some security issues, but I think all those sites can be useful in developing the communities, useful in developing tourism. So tourism goes hand in hand with community development, with the development of our people. So I'll just show some statistics so you know that communities can be important and tourism can aid in the development of our communities. We have over 1,100 different types of tourism properties across this country with about 11,000 rooms. That makes the average size of a property in Belize 10 rooms. So very small mom and pop community-based infrastructure or tourism facilities. And so every single community that plays a crucial role in tourism, we believe that we owe it to them to ensure that we work along with their area reps, along with their chairperson and their village councils to ensure that they have the amenities that they need.
Well, and as you can see from tonight's news report, we're getting some brand new second hands. And that concludes our newscast for tonight. We want to thank you so much for tuning into Plus News, and be sure to join us right back here again tomorrow evening when we'll bring you all the latest happenings from around the country. Until then, God bless you. Have a safe evening. See you next time. Ciao.